If you had 20 million shillings in your bank account today, where would you invest? That's the question I want us to answer today. My name is Pius Mushiri-Mugo, the Managing Director of Nabo Capital, and you're watching Invest in Africa. So, many people tend to tell me, Pius, I would buy an apartment in Kileleshwa, in Kilimani, in some of the prime locations in the city. And I ask them, how much rental would that kind of property attract? And most of them would say it's a 3-bedroom apartment and it would attract rentals of about 80,000 to 100,000 shillings per month. And then I asked them this question. If I asked you, give me the 20 million shillings and I give you a return of 6% per annum, would you accept a deal of that nature? And they tell me, Pius, absolutely no. And I tell them, but that's exactly what you're doing. When you invest in that kind of property, 100,000 shillings, even just, let's assume the highest number, 100,000 shillings a month, in 1 year is 1.2. 1.2 divided by 20 million shillings, that's about 6% per annum. And that's before taxes. So they always get very shocked, and I tell them, and they ask me, what would you do? And I say, let's assume you invest in an investment product that is giving you about 12% per annum, which is not too much to ask in this part of the world. It would give you 12%, that's 12% per annum. And that is double what you'd be able to get by investing in that kind of property. And there's so many people that have realized they don't do this basic mathematics when they are making their investments, and therefore we've ended up with a lot of middle class people who are buying into properties, and they are becoming a generation that is asset rich but cash poor. So for me, on this video, I just want to challenge you. What would a billionaire do if you gave him this kind of money? How do billionaires think? And billionaires, the same way they treat a dollar, the same way they treat a shilling is exactly the same way they treat a billion shilling, is the same way they treat $1 billion. And that's the one thing that I've seen to be a common trait amongst all of them. And I've been intrigued just to observe and study them and try and see why may they make different decisions compared to many people. And if I was asking this question to a billionaire, the first thing that you'll notice is that billionaires are very keen to make sure they don't lose a shilling, they don't lose a dollar. So safety is the first thing that they consider. They never want to lose their money. So they will always ask themselves, what is the worst that can happen if I put my money in this particular investment? They will always do some very, very thorough due diligence around the people that are involved in that particular investment, around the product, around the future of that particular company or that product, around the pricing of that particular product or company or opportunity, and involve other consultants, other experts in areas where they're not experts, just to make sure that their money is safe. So lesson number one from the billionaires, in what I would call a billionaire's mindset, is make sure your money is safe. The second thing that they will always do, they will always demand the highest return possible from their investment. When I mean return, I mean the cash component and the capital gain component. Put together, that's the total return. That's what they consider. And they will always ask themselves, am I getting the best return possible? So 6% yield on a rental property, most of them would definitely be a no investment. In fact, what I found out is they are actually the ones who are on the selling side of these kind of assets. They're the ones who are putting up apartments in big blocks and selling to the retail, and the retail are making 6%. So think like a billionaire. Don't be a consumer, be a supplier, be in the production chain. The third thing that I have noticed very curiously about billionaires, how they would treat any investment amount that is in their hands is that they demand cash return. They want to see regular cash. Billionaires hate when you tell them that the money is going to come further down the line. Billionaires want to see money coming into their account from next month. They want to see money coming in this year. They want to see money in the near future, not in the far future. And a lot of us tend to have a different mindset. We just want to invest and speculate. You buy a big piece of land with the hope that the price of land will go up, and 10 years from now you'll be able to exit at 10 times money or 20 times money. That's a poor man's thinking. Rich people, they think about how much cash is it going to generate on a regular basis, even as they wait for that big bang in the future. The other thing that I would say I have learned from just spending time with billionaires is if they do not invest in anything that they do not understand, so they will not put their own money and without consulting experts in the very thing that they are investing. So if you're investing in new investment like products, let's say the blockchain, the bitcoins, a rich man or the billionaires will go to great lengths to collect a lot of information and understand as much as possible before they put their first coin, and that's why they do not lose money. So they are very, very keen to make sure that their money is backing experts. And the final one is that billionaires, they do not like to be confined in one thing, meaning they don't like kiosk mentality, where you invest in something and you have to report there every morning and you have to spend all the hours looking after that very investment. They like their money working for them, so they will back investments that has great managers behind it, that has great systems, governance structures in place, and therefore it does not hold them hostage and they are not able to explore other opportunities. So those are my 2 cents on a billionaire's mindset. How would a billionaire invest 20 million shilling? I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. My name is Pius Moshire Mugo, the Managing Director of Nabo Capital, and you're watching Invest in Africa.